In this video, we are going to look 5 misconceptions about Africa. Africa, made as one of the continents that civilization is rooted in its origin without influence from other nations. Many theories have penned down various conceptions about Africa, which have confounded the mind of many into seeing Africa as an image which in reality is just a mirage. Here are some of conceptions about Africa. Number 1. All African countries are poor. Poverty is one of the problems many African countries struggle with. However, not all African countries are already in poverty. Africa is one of the world's most rich continents with natural resources, which include gold, crude oil, coal, and cocoa, amongst others. Countries like Botswana, South Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco rank in the top 100 out of 126 richest countries in the world as of 2019. Africa had no civilization in its history. Certain historic theories in the past have noted that Africa, before the European influence, were barbarians. From savage and barbarian to primitive, Africa's social typologies and history in the 18th century French philosophy. He liked the African as people of the Stone Age and painted a picture of them as barbarians and uncivilized human. With these theories, people have developed the notion black were slaves and uneducated since the beginning of time. But with much pride, this is false. Africa historians and other historian scholars has dug deep to discover that Africa were indeed educated and exposed. The ancient Moors and the Carthaginians, who were African, once ruled the market of commerce in the world and built a great empire with their knowledge of arts and architecture. All Africans are dark-skinned. This is number 3. One of the most rampant stereotypes that people have of Africans is that all Africans are dark-skinned. This ideology is untrue. Africa have different skin pigments and possess distinct shades of skin that cut across various tribes in various regions around the continent. Over time, people from other continents have migrated into Africa and as such mixed with Africans, making it their home and marrying into the African tribe. This has been in existence of generations. As such, the descendants from these people have settled in the continent. A major example in South Africa, some of the local Africans in South Africa are whites. Black is a race. It is not just associated with the color of the skin. Number 4. Africa is always hot. Most travelers assume that it is always hot in Africa. True, there are certain countries in Africa that experience hot weather compared to other nations, specifically countries situated in tropical West Africa. However, this does not occur all year around. Africa is made up of rainforest, temperature, woodland, cold coastal peninsulas, and high-altitude mountains. Also, in the depth of the Saharan desert, the temperature becomes freezing at night. There are many countries in Africa during the winter that experience snow. Countries such as South Africa, Morocco, Lesotho, Tunisia, and Algeria. The last is Africa is riddled with diseases. Over time, Africa has been reported as a continent riddled with diseases. These reports have led people outside of Africa to have the notion that Africa is a disease-plagued continent. Citing malaria as an instant, malaria takes millions of lives each year in Africa, not because of the disease breeds in the air, but because of a lack of access to childhood immunization and basic health care. Nevertheless, battling malaria has been a relentless effort in various countries in Africa, and such more immunization program and healthcare had been put in place to eradicate malaria. So Africa holds one of the most top continents that possesses natural medicine that cures illness. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos.